All right. What's going on, everyone? Aaron here, Clean Coast Lawn Care. It is Friday morning. Yep. So we did our first snow event yesterday. Did all 35 properties. What happened was we were expecting snow Wednesday night, Thursday morning. I woke up at 3 o'clock. There was like a ½ inch on the ground. It was nothing. I went back to bed because the snowstorm was over, but then we had a lake effect snow come south and hit us hard. So got up again at 5 o'clock, got straight out there, did the route. It took me 12 hours. About 3/4 of the way through the route, another lake effect snow came moving in south, and now I'm out here doing touch-ups. So right off the bat this year, we have a double. I don't know if I'm gonna have to do the whole route or not, but we'll see. I'm already on my 6th one. It was way too, there was no way to make a video yesterday. Just had way too much going on, a lot of snow, so I wasn't even gonna try. Maybe I can put something together today, and you know, that'd be nice. All right, this battery is about to die and my other batteries are charging, but that's the one I'm about to do right now. Not gonna say it's a full 2 inches, but it's close enough that it has to get done. And that's how they've been so far this morning. our snow removal is white glove service, so their stairs get done, walkways, and then hers over here, it's a little hard to get her garage door. All right, on to the next one. All right, so I'm moving along pretty good here. If anyone's wondering, my main snowblower I use is a Husqvarna ST230. It's a 30-inch snowblower. Up top, here's the reason I wanted that one. Up top, you can, well, you have your gears up top, you have your speed up top, and then you can also switch the direction of your chute, and also up top you can switch the pitch of the chute. So the other one, my backup snowblower, it's a Briggs & Stratton 1024L. It's not just the engine that's a Briggs & Stratton, the whole snowblower is a Briggs & Stratton. It has a crank on it on the side to switch the direction, and if you need to switch the pitch, you actually have to loosen two, what are those called? Fly nuts, I think. So you have to do it manually. But it's a great snowblower. It's a good snowblower. I would feel completely comfortable with taking that out. As you know, I did for 2 years. That was my main snowblower. So, yeah, just in case anyone's wondering, both snowblowers I give a great review on. Now the Husqvarna, it has this, okay, so if you're looking at the front of the snowblower, there's 4 shear pins. There's one on the left, there's one on the left center, there's one on the right center, one on the right. For some reason, the only shear pin that breaks on that snowblower is the left center. And again, that's if you're looking directly at the front of it. I don't know why it constantly does that. But yeah, it's always the same one that breaks. So I might have switched the other ones one time. That one, I go through 2 a day. So, I don't know. I don't care. It's not a big deal to swap them out. Maybe the way it's engineered, that spot is taking more pressure from the snow. I don't know. But, yeah. So, anyway, I mean, they're both great snow blowers. But that 30-inch Husqvarna, man, that thing is a beast. It was, I want to say we paid about $1,800 for it. Something like that, but it was worth it, you know. I don't know what the hell happened against the garage back there. Look at all that snow built up against the garage. It was not like that yesterday. I bet you know what? I bet the neighbor used their snow blower and did that. Idiot. Idiot. So I don't know if you guys could see that or not. One of the neighbors came over here with a snowblower and attempted to do this. I don't know why. And they blew all the snow against the garage door. I know it was right there, that house right there, I know it was. I'm gonna tell the customer to tell them don't do it again. All they do is make it worse. That's where it pisses me off. I was about to just leave it there. Stupid. This is all mulch under here. All right. Now the apron, because it bows up with the snowblower, you can never really get it right. So I touch it up with the shovel if needed. All right, I'm hoping. Now you can see here, I'm going in the same order I went yesterday. Now if we have a back-to-back like this, I go in that same order. But let's say it didn't snow now, it snowed a week from now, I would do the route in reverse, to be fair to all the customers. You know, that way one person's not waiting 12 hours every time it snows. But you can see as I'm getting a little closer, you know, more into the route, the snow is a little bit less. So hopefully, you know, I get to the point where there's basically nothing left, you know. I knew the first few were gonna have to be done, but as the day goes on, I hope the ones I did later in the day that only had an hour or an hour and a half of snow doesn't have much snow. And it is warming up quite a bit too. right, so this intersection right here, yesterday, there's a car in front of me. I'm back here. You couldn't even see the pavement. They don't do side streets around here until the day after a storm. While he's cruising and he was getting up to the stop sign, I knew he had no chance of stopping. Well, then a pickup truck was coming this way, and I think he actually was gonna run the stop sign. Well, they met at the middle of the intersection, and they ended up down there. They collided, straight T-bone. Like I said, the pickup truck, I don't even think he had intentions of trying to stop. Either he just didn't realize there was a stop sign, or he didn't see any cars approaching the intersection, and he was just gonna straight run it. And man, they T-boned, and just both cars took off together, you know, and they went right down that road. I was like, oh my God. Because they do our main roads first, obviously, and they don't really get to the side roads until maybe, you know, normally the next day, you know, which is understandable. You want the main roads cleared, but you have to drive accordingly, you know, when the roads are so bad. And I said, I was watching the car, and I'm like, he's never gonna stop. And he started trying to stop. He immediately just started sliding. He went right as he like got to the stop sign, I seen the truck. He went through, the truck came through, boom, T-bone, and then he took off down the other side. I don't know if anyone was hurt. I hope not. I didn't stop and check it out. You know, I still had like 22 more houses to get to. I couldn't stop. All right, these two aren't that bad, but I'm gonna clean them up. You can see in the apron a lot of the they got a lot of like slush in there from the city, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. So the last couple I've done, as per our service agreement, I'm not responsible to do them. The reaccumulation was not 2 inches. It wasn't even close, actually, on these two, or on the last one. But I went ahead and did it. But here's where I'm torn with doing that. Of course, I redid it even though we didn't have to. They're going to be super happy with it, right? If we were still charging per service, yes, they would have wanted it done yesterday because it was, you know, 2 inches or more. Some were close to 2, some were way over 2. If we were still charging per service and I would have came today and did that, they would be complaining to no end that it wasn't even close to 2 inches, it didn't need done, I don't want to pay for that. But yet, because they pay for the season now they're not going to complain that I do it when it's well under 2 inches and decided to clean it up on a touch-up. So why should I do it if it's not 2 inches? You know, that's kind of where I'm torn, you know, because I know how they are. If they would have had to pay per service, I can guarantee you these last 3, they would call me. If they're paying per service, they would call me and say, don't do that again. If it's not 2 inches, don't do it. You know what I mean? So, but whatever, you know, I'm just trying to run my business the right way. I'm trying to do the right things. Oh, if you're wondering why I'm wearing latex gloves, my hands do get very cold, and when they get cold, they hurt, you know. I do have some problems with my hands from the type of work I've done my whole life. I don't think I've ever had a job that wasn't extremely hard and physical. So I wear the latex gloves under my other gloves to kind of keep like the heat in, and then the other gloves to keep them dry, you know, no matter what kind of gloves they are. The normal gloves that I wear, something like this. I normally keep 3 pair up on the dashboard, and I'll use a pair. When I get back in the truck, I put them to the right, I pull from the left. That way I always got a warm, dry pair of gloves to put on when I get to the next house. Over there's that's the customer who canceled his cleanup on me at the last minute, and remember he told me he did it. Well, look over there. Does it look like he did it? No, it does not. I was able to see it yesterday too, and remember I seen it about 2 days before he canceled, so I knew what it looked like, how bad it was, and I could see yesterday through the snow it was the same. So he didn't do it, he just canceled on us. So that's okay, because now I canceled him. Alright, so what are the benefits and the cons to charging for snow removal for the whole season? Because there is both benefits and cons. Well, the benefit is you are going to gross a certain amount, okay? However many customers you have times whatever you're charging them, you're going to gross that, okay? Now, we already did our collections, I think 2 days after Thanksgiving. We did the majority of our collections, but some of those customers, we allowed them to make 2 payments so they can split it in half, because some of them we did their fall cleanups a few days before collecting for snow removal. Look, I know, you know, everything total could be expensive, so, but yeah, so in general though, because we're gonna do final collections, and it's only like, I don't know, 10 or maybe 14 customers that owe a second payment. In general though, you're collecting all that money pretty much at one time or within 1 month. So now you have everyone's money pre-winter or right in winter, but now you absolutely have to perform. So what happens if you do that and you collect all that? So yeah, that's a pro. Boom, I have all my winter money at one time, and that's not what you've saved from lawn care. This is just what you collected at one time from snow. Benefit, but it's also a con at the same time. What about if you do something like that and you only have one vehicle, and that vehicle just so happens to break down the day of or while you're out doing snow removal? You're kind of screwed, right? I guess you could go to U-Haul and grab a truck for the day, but what about if that truck didn't just break down? It's done, it's over, right? That whatever happened to it, it's real bad, or it's a very expensive fix and you can't fix it right now. I mean, now what are you gonna do? You never know when it's gonna snow. You never know how long that storm's gonna last. I mean, it's definitely, it can be nerve-wracking. Thankfully we have 2 work trucks, so it's a little less nerve-wracking, but still the same. You know, trust me, it's on my mind. What if? So there's a pro and a con. Another con to me is, now that they have paid that money, now if you're doing it this way like I did it, you better have a service agreement with exactly what, you know, what's going on. Like on ours, it says that we only come out for 2 inches or more. It'll only be done one time in a 24-hour period. We explain the routing situation, you know, that is basically routed in a circle, and that every other time we do it in reverse to be fair to everyone. But when they pay that money at one time instead of per service, they're going to expect more. Even though it's right there in your service agreement, even if there's like an inch on the ground, they're going to expect you to show up. So in our service agreement, it says 2 inches or more. General accumulation. So I'm not talking about 2 inches in the corner of your garage. I'm in 2 inches generally throughout your property. In our service agreement, it says if you call us out to your home and there is not 2 inches of snow, you'll be charged $75 for that trip, and it won't even get done. So if someone calls us out and says, oh, it snowed and you haven't came, and I hurry up and rush out there and it's an inch of snow, not only am I not gonna do it, but I'm gonna charge them $75 for wasting my time. So if you're charging for the season, you better have a good service agreement that backs you up. You know, like I said, I have it in there once every 24 hours when it is actively snowing, because the route could take me 10, 11 hours, or there could be a ton of snow and it takes me 15 hours. Are you gonna immediately go right back to that first house and keep going? No, you're not out here plowing, just sitting in the truck switching gears. You're getting out at every house. You're taking your snowblower off. You're doing everything by hand with the snowblower. You're loading that snowblower back up, taking a shovel, shoveling off the steps, the porch, so they have a walkway to the door. You're beat after doing 35, 36 houses. You're done. It's over. You got to go home and sleep. So we have it in there once every 24 hours if actively snowing. So just a little tip for you guys. All right, so I was able to skip 5 of them that didn't need it. I would skip, this is the last one I have to check on. I would skip this one, but you can see it's uphill. So I'm gonna do it because I don't want them struggling to get in and out. So a lot of times when you're doing a follow-up the day after a storm, especially if it starts to warm up, a lot of it turns to slush like this, or it's been driven on plenty of times and it's packed down. So it's either slush or it packed down and you can't get it all. So the quality doesn't look the same as when you do it originally. Yeah, see, like that's all very wet slush. All right, that's it. I'm gonna go ahead and take both snow blowers back. They're not calling for snow until next week sometime, but I think it'll be too warm next week for it to stick. So we started this winter season off with a double, back to back. All right, so I know I didn't film a whole lot today. Yesterday would have made a much better video because we had a lot more snow. I mean, I was out here slinging more white powder than Pablo Escobar yesterday, but at least I got some of it filmed. All right, guys, the day's over. I'm heading back to the shop. Yeah, it's been a long 2 days. When you're doing white glove service for snow and you're using snow blowers, you're gonna get your ass kicked. That's just what it is. You know, you're constantly hanging on to the snow blower. You're hitting, you know, like the relief joints on concrete where it raises. You're constantly hitting that. It's shaking you. The snow blowers are kind of hard to run when you're doing it non-stop. Damn it, I don't have my seatbelt on. So I'll put it on in a second. So yeah, I'm tired, I'm sore, but like I said, thankfully they're not calling for snow until next week. But I don't think it's gonna snow next week. We're still getting calls for cleanups, so I do still have 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 4 cleanups to finish. And then an estimate, I guess, is a big one, because the snow is gonna melt. We're gonna have days up in like the high 40s and low 50s next week. So we'll see what happens. It was nice to get out and do some snow. I wasn't counting on it being a double, but you know, it's just how it goes. Like I said, when you're charging for the year, it's like, even though you have your rules set, people are still gonna expect more, you know? Like, if I wouldn't have went back out today, granted, the first 10 needed it, for sure. Everything after that, I could have skipped them, you know? And according to our service agreement, been fine. But, you know, you want people to stay on that list. You want people to keep paying that bill. What about if I only go out another 2 or 3 times this year? Are next year they're going to look at it like it's not worth it? Or are they going to remember, you know what? The first snowfall, we needed it. He came back the next day because it kept snowing. It didn't need it, but he still came back and touched it up and did a follow-up, made sure everything was good. So, you know, things like that I think about. So, all right, guys, if you liked the video, hit like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. Let me know everything I'm doing wrong, and keep them edges clean, boys. I'm out.